We look like gremlins, bro. Yo, if Amaya don't pay me for this, bro, I'm deleting the photos.
You guys want photos?
See what we're doing in the photos? Who wants to do video? Huh? No, you're my photo. Who wants to do video and do photos? I'll do photos. You said I would just maybe someone up there can do it, because they have higher angle. Especially I can do it. I'm gonna say at least one person. Holy shit, is that them? Oh, that's the band, never mind.
I really not behind the band.
Good evening. My name is Layla Amapopo, and I'm the Vice President of the Class of 2026. Welcome to our graduation ceremony, our last event as students at Drake High School. It is my honor to present to you my classmates, the Drake High School Class of 2026, and the Drake teachers who brought us to this milestone in our lives. At this time, please join me as we recognize and thank our Drake teachers and administrators whose guidance and knowledge brought us to this day. On behalf of my classmates, thank you, Drake teachers. Please join our class secretary, Julia Pacina, in the Pledge of Allegiance, and our class treasurer, Julia Ward, in a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence in memory of those who are no longer with us.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. We have finally arrived at commencement 2026. Following our national anthem, it is fitting that we recognize members of the class of 2026 who will serve the nation in the armed forces. Will Guillermo Gonzalez, Trevor Roy Batherwich, Jonathan Poe, and Gladys Ruiz please stand and be recognized for your service to the United States of America. Good evening, members of the Drake School Committee, Superintendent Stone, faculty and staff, parents, invited guests. Welcome to Commencement 2026, my 15th and final commencement at Drake High School. Graduates, you and I are leaving Drake High School together. You are about to embark on the start of your careers, and I am completing mine. Now, including my own high school graduation, I sat through 5 commencements. And to tell you the truth, I cannot really remember what any of the speakers said in any of those 5 commencement ceremonies. So that got me to thinking. I wondered, what could I say to you tonight that would be memorable years from now? And as I often do, I thought about what my students have taught me through all those years. Many years ago, early in my career as a teacher, I was speaking to one of my students about his upcoming graduation. I asked him about his plans after graduating, and he told me he was expanding his landscaping business, which didn't surprise me at all because he was an enterprising sort of young man. But then he added something that I've never forgotten. I've already have $3,000 in my retirement account. That surprised me a bit because he was 18, not yet a high school graduate, just as all of you, and he had already invested $3,000 in himself. And there I was, a 28-year-old college-educated teacher who had not invested in himself. And so you know what I did then? I did nothing. And time passed. And so then, you know what I did the very next year? I did nothing. And more time passed. And Ray, the student, he continued to invest in his future. Just a little at a time, but consistently over the years. And he grew his business, and he enjoyed the benefit that comes to those who invest just a little bit of time, but over time. I look back, and I think I wished I had learned from my financially savvy student. I don't recall what the speaker said that year at the high school commencement, but I sure do remember what Ray said. I didn't follow his example, and I missed the opportunity that you have before you this evening. But do not be fooled. That opportunity is fleeting. It will pass quickly, and if you do not seize it, you will lose it. Now, I'm a principal, and by definition, that makes me a realist. I know that many of you will leave this stadium tonight and follow the path of doing nothing when you are still very young, or more likely, thinking of doing something later, perhaps next year. And for those of you who do nothing, wait until later, wait until next year, maybe the year after, you will likely soon forget my words today. But you know who will remember? Those of you who leave tonight and do not do nothing. Those of you who start investing in yourselves now, soon after graduation. 40 years from now, you will remember this speech because you decided to not do nothing, and you will have much to show for not doing nothing. But for those of you who choose nothing, my words will become just like the words of my commencements, more distant in your memories, and you will likely forget the words I speak today. If you have any doubts of my message to you to invest in yourself very early on, starting tomorrow, starting next week, your grandparents are here, your folks are here. You can ask them after the ceremony, get their opinion. I'm 100% sure they will concur with that message. To the faculty, a few months ago, I was working in my office one late Friday. Across my inbox came a message. It read, in part, Mr. Manley, I've been thinking about you lately and the positive impact you had on my life during my time at school, high school. You might not even remember me, but your cultural geography class ranks in my all-time top 5 best classes ever list. Your style of teaching was informative yet fun, and I still remember a ton of what you bestowed upon us. I wondered what you were up to lately, and a quick Google search led me to your most recent commencement speech, which was last year. Boy, was it a good one. Well, thank you. Investing, which is my theme here in the last few speeches, is key to any person's future. And you're right, they, meaning you, won't remember much of what you say that day. Glad to see your continued success and hope to watch this year's speech as well. I just wanted to drop a line and simply say thanks. I sat back and I reread that message. It was from Patrick, and I remembered him well. I enjoyed the year I spent teaching Patrick and his classmates. They were great kids, and I soon began to mentally fill in the seating chart, and I could see the faces of those students who were Patrick's classmates. I'm sure you all have the Patricks in your career. So why do I mention this particular story that Patrick sent to me a few months back? Because I taught Patrick 28 years ago, and I have had no contact or communication with him ever since. And yet, decades later, he's now well into his middle age, he reached out to tell me what his time with me and at his school, his teacher, meant. And he wanted to simply say, thanks. And that got me thinking again, just what is the impact a teacher has on students? What is it that might motivate a former student to reach out almost 3 decades later? You all know the work of a teacher is arduous. Day in, day out, year in, year out. It can cause a teacher to ask, what does it all mean? Does it really matter? Am I really making a difference? Well, according to me and according to Patrick, it is a resounding yes. And whether that realization comes in 28 minutes when you say goodbye to your teachers for the final time, or whether it comes in 28 years, as with Patrick, your impact has been profound on your students. There are hundreds of Patricks, and they may never reach out 28 minutes, 28 years, but they're there, and you are impacting their lives, and you are shaping their futures. Finally, to the class of 2026, I ask you to gaze one last time at the building behind the bleachers. Please take a moment and think about that, what that building means. It's a lot more than brick and mortar, isn't it? You and I will leave this place called Drake High School. I will leave a school that I have led for 15 years, and you will leave a school that in 4 short years, you have been transformed from a child to an adult. I hope your time at Drake High School has been as joyful as mine. And I hope that whether it be 28 minutes or 28 years, you will come to understand, to fully understand, the impact your teachers, your coaches, your classmates, your friends, your school has had on you on your way to becoming who you are. Congratulations and Godspeed. This time, Isabella Tamayo, our class president, will give the president's remarks.
Good evening, friends, families, faculty, and my fellow graduates. My name is Isabella Tamayo, and it is with great honor that I stand here before you as Drake High's Class of 2026 President. We are here today to celebrate a great milestone in our lives. Not only have we been confined by these walls together for 4 years, but also by the influence of this environment, the people around us, and our shared experiences. While we've built a great sense of community in this small town we call Drake, we've also built ideas and perceptions of each and every person we've come across. Whether from a 10-minute conversation or years and years of sharing the same classes, each and every one of us has perceived each other in some way. While we live in times where our minds are our greatest weapons, cures, and tools, labels have stemmed from years of political discourse and history, confining many to believe that they were no more than what other people called them. My grandfather, for example, came into this country alone with nothing but the clothes on his back and the little money he could make from a small town in Medellin, Colombia. Spending his first year on the streets of New York City, living in a basement off of the money he made from being a radio installer for taxis, also that one day he can bring over my grandmother and mother to finally be reunited. Despite being viewed as someone invading the US, a criminal or drug dealer, he went on to live his truth, which was being a hardworking, honest, generous, and loving man who wanted nothing but the best for his family, going on to become a technician for Raytheon, and the reason I stand here before you all today. This leads me to a widely held concept that I heard, claiming if you don't spend enough time getting to know yourself, you'll end up absorbing everyone else's definition of you. We are developed to grow with each other, learn from different perspectives and ideas, immerse ourselves in different cultures and languages. We are leaving behind years of times we said things we didn't mean, embarrassing lectures from teachers, tests we definitely studied for, and jokes many made that no one laughed at. None of these moments define us, and that's what makes life so promising. Take the lessons you learned throughout your years here as ways to grow, and simply forget those moments that make you cringe. It doesn't matter if someone else remembers or brings it up. All that matters is that you don't care. The cage of embarrassment and fear of judgment only exists if you allow it to be. Likewise, prevent yourself from being that cage that confines others' freedoms. As a great man, Benito Antonio Martínez Ocasio once said, "The only thing more powerful than hate is love." I'd like to thank my family, a todos mis abuelos que me llevaron a todas las actividades que me ayudaron a ser aquí hoy, mis padres, mi tío y tía, que tomaron el tiempo de escuchar todos mis pensamientos y sueños, my incredible friends who stood by me until the end, and teachers who believed me, especially Miss E, who changed the course of my future plans for the best and supported me through both my academic and personal mishaps. And last but not least, my boyfriend Hayden and his family who have helped me in ways I'll be eternally grateful for. I wish the best for each and every one of you. You are free, and I advise that you lead that freedom through empathy towards not only others, but to yourself as well. Congratulations, Drake High Class of 2026. At this time, it is my honor to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Stephen Stone.
Good evening. Family and friends, faculty, staff, administrator, guests, and most importantly, the class of 2026. First, please join me in thanking all of the custodians, maintenance workers, and administrative assistants who have assured that everything here tonight is perfect for this ceremony. Their efforts are appreciated. As I do annually, I'd like to take a moment to recognize members of our community who will soon be retiring. I ask that they stand and be recognized for their service when I call their name. First, Principal Manley, serving 15 years at the Drake Public Schools. Lori Harries, kindergarten teacher, who will be retiring after 26 years. Kathy Dowdy, English learner and elementary teacher, service for 32 years. And Tammy Hutchins, elementary teacher with 34 years of service to the Drake Public Schools. Thank you all very much. To the class of 2026, it's a privilege to stand before you and celebrate your success tonight. But this is also about something much larger. It's about what kind of people you'll become once you walk across this ship in a few minutes, and what kind of community and country you'll help shape. This year, graduation carries a special historical significance. 250 years ago, in the summer of 1776, representatives from the 13 colonies gathered in Philadelphia and took one of the most consequential steps in human history. The Second Continental Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence, declaring to King George III that the colonies sought freedom from tyranny. The Founding Fathers were not identical in background, temperament, or political outlook. They represented different economies, interests, and beliefs. They argued and they disagreed. And yet, in that decisive moment, they did something essential. They set aside enough of their differences to act for the common good. 8 years before independence was declared, one of those founding fathers, John Dickinson, gave voice to a truth that had been written down for thousands of years. In his song, the Liberty Song, he wrote, "Then join hand in hand, brave Americans all. By uniting we stand, by dividing we fall." That was not a call for sameness. It was a call to purpose. The colonies did not agree on everything. In fact, they may have disagreed on more things than they agreed on. But they understood that division, when it becomes stronger than duty and common good, weakens the whole. That lesson matters deeply today, here and across the country. The Declaration of Independence was not the work of perfect men. Our founding story includes brilliance and courage, but also contradiction. We should, however, recognize the civic lesson in that moment. The founders understood that no society can survive if disagreement becomes permanent division. No nation can move forward if every difference becomes an opportunity to attack those with whom they disagree, and no community can thrive if people lose the ability to compromise. You're graduating into a world that often rewards division. Karl Marx and modern neo-Marxist academics view society through structures of domination, power, and conflict. In this worldview, every disagreement must have a villain and a victim, an oppressor and an oppressed. There are times, of course, when injustice is real and it must be named. But not every disagreement is oppression. Not every person who sees the world differently is your enemy. Not every conflict is proof that one side must defeat the other. The concept of compromise is essential to successful relationships, whether individual or collective. The ability to compromise doesn't mean having no convictions, staying silent, or abandoning truth for convenience. Real compromise requires maturity. It requires listening carefully enough to understand someone else, the humility to admit that you may not possess the whole answer, and the courage to give a little, not because you're weak, but because you're strong enough to acknowledge that a larger good is more important than your own pride. The founders understood that their shared purpose had to be stronger than their separate interests, not because agreement was safe or easy, but because the cause was larger than any one of them or any one colony. Your generation will be asked to make its own choices about common purpose. You'll enter colleges, workplaces, businesses, and personal relationships where people disagree. And you'll encounter political, religious, and cultural differences. You'll have opportunities to retreat into groups that only confirm what you already believe. You'll also, however, have opportunities to do something better, to listen, to persuade, to serve, and to build. Rather than seeing someone or some group that disagrees with you as the enemy to be dominated or destroyed, find common ground. A society based on flawed, binary, oppressor-oppressed framework will by its very nature fail. Build a future where strength is measured not by how loudly or performatively we condemn one another, but by how faithfully we work together when the work is difficult. Remember always Dickinson's warning, by uniting we stand, by dividing we fall. And remember the best part of the founding example. Imperfect people facing an uncertain future chose common purpose over division. Congratulations to the class of 2026. We're proud of you, we believe in you, and look forward to the future you'll help secure. And remember, once a MIDI, always a MIDI. Thank you.
At this time, I am pleased to welcome to the podium our class salutatorian, Emma Green.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for being here tonight to celebrate. Congratulations to all those graduating here today. I've sat and stared at a computer screen for longer than I care to admit, trying to think of what I wanted to say to you guys. But then I realized something important. No matter what I say up here tonight, there's going to be somebody that doesn't like it. I couldn't figure out the perfect thing to say that would resonate with the entire graduating class that sits in front of me. I eventually had to ditch the idea of the perfect speech, and I moved towards authenticity instead. I'm just going to be myself, because we can't make everyone happy, no matter how hard we may try. The lesson to be myself was the hardest lesson for me to learn in high school, so it's the one thing I felt would be right for me to talk about. I'm still learning the lesson to this day, because it is insanely hard to just accept when there's some people that don't like you. But there are also always going to be the people that do. Throughout my time here at Drake-It, I've learned many other valuable lessons. I learned that mistakes are something to grow from, and they don't define you. I learned that you can't predict the future, so you should stop trying to. And I learned that I don't actually like Taylor Swift. If you're... God. If you're someone who knows me, you know that I used to be obsessed with her. Maybe you're wondering why I'm mentioning Taylor Swift in a graduation speech if I don't like her. Well, if anyone in the audience is thinking that they love her and hate the fact that I just publicly announced my dislike of her in front of a crowd, that's the point. You can't please everyone. If you like Taylor Swift, there's an army of people waiting to attack you simply for having an opinion. And if you're somebody that hates her, there's also an army waiting to attack you. So why bother conforming and hiding who you are to try to make the most people you can happy with who you are? Of course, Taylor Swift is a pretty unserious example of being true to yourself, but the point still stands. I spent the past 4 years of my life trying to be liked by everyone. I kept trying to change myself, but nothing worked. There were always people that I just couldn't connect with, and it killed me. If I could give one piece of advice to my graduating class, and I've been given the opportunity to do just that, I would say, be yourself. You could be yourself and people won't like you. Or you could not be yourself and people still won't like you. I think the choice is clear. As we move forward into the next chapters of our lives, we should always be true to ourselves. The people that may be judging you are the people that aren't meant to be your friends. I have been lucky enough to find a few people in this school that accept me for who I am and enjoy being my friend. To those friends, I say thank you for always being there for me and for getting me through high school. Lauren, I'm looking at you. And those true friends that I have made are worth way more than a giant group of friends that aren't there for you. If you weren't lucky enough to find your people during the past 4 years, they will be waiting for you wherever you are headed next. I promise you that. I wish you all a bright future, even though I don't need to wish for that because you guys will make it happen. Be yourself, and congratulations, class of 2026.
At this time, it is my honor to introduce the class valedictorian, Marissa Botros.
Hello, friends, family, teachers, administrators, and everyone else who has dedicated their time to be here to celebrate with us tonight. I feel so honored to be standing here before you, and I want to take this time to acknowledge that I was only able to make it up here tonight because of the immense support I have received throughout my high school career and life. As we celebrate our accomplishments tonight, I want you to remember that none of us arrived here alone. Each of us have people in our lives that have made profound impacts on us, which have led us to this moment. These individuals might include siblings, parents, teachers, or anyone else we chose to spend our time with. I think one of the most beautiful things about having these types of relationships is being able to zoom in and notice the small ways in which these people have changed you. From mannerisms to vocabulary to the music you listen to, these are just tangible symbols of the deeper impact they have had on you. This year, something I've noticed, and one of my favorite things about senior year, has been watching so many people take opportunities to form new friendships and branch out to groups of people they wouldn't have previously spoken to. This sense of community that we formed as seniors is one that I hope we will take with us. I sincerely hope that for the rest of our lives, we can continue taking up the best traits and little attributes from those we choose to surround ourselves with. and that we stay open to new communities, ideas, and worldviews. I'm so grateful to have been surrounded by so much love and support these past 4 years from so many teachers, especially Mrs. Stukas and Miss E, who put up with so much from me, my parents, who showed me what hard work means, and my brothers, who never let me give up. People are only able to grow when they are supported by others. I wish all of my fellow graduates only the best as we part ways, not only in your careers and academic lives, but with those who you love and who allow you to grow. For those of you who have felt out of place or at times like they were lacking the support that they needed, which as humans I feel it is safe to say is all of us, I want you to know that your people are out there. Whether you intend to leave Dracut or strengthen your roots here, you will meet new people and find new opportunities. Growth and change are ahead. I know we're all anxious to get our diplomas, so if you remember nothing else of what I am saying, I want to leave you with this. You have the power to choose to be that support system for someone else, whether in a big or a small way, whether it's by showing up for someone every day, simply holding a door open, or having a nice chat with your local barista every morning. Your kindness will draw others to you. It will also play a small but mighty part in softening the world for someone who needs it, which again is all of us. Thank you.
I will now call upon the Dracut School Committee to award diplomas to the class of 2026. Vice Principal Lyson will call the class roll.
Get your diploma. Brennan.
3 days of rehearsal.
Marissa Boulis Botros. Emma Carol Green. Isabella Tamayo. Layla Aisha Amapopo. Julia Eileen Pacina. Julia Grace Ward. Fidris Abrafi Sarpong. Layla Marie Madonka Abuyog. Serenity Rose Acosta. Jeffrey Otre Ajamong. Avery Grace Ahern. Adrian Mogoy Ajuwala. Preston Demish Amarante. Ashley Riley Anderson. Ella Sophia Annunziata. Lindsay Lee Archambault. Elizabeth Jean Arnold. Madeline Elizabeth Baker. Sophia Rose Lauren Barnes. Shailene Benitez. Jordan Berard. Ava Kathleen Bernard. Julian Leandro Bettiol. Joshua Michael Blow. Rania Marie Boris. Ava Rose Brady. Ana Clara Ferreira Bretes. Maggie Elizabeth Callahan. Brittany Camargo. Jadalyn Sky Castro. Molly Kate Charette. Brent Robert Chasey. Aria Lynn Chu. William Joseph Cochran. Braden James Cogan. Ryan Todd Cole. Michael Robert Collins. Emily Caroline Costa. Vanessa Lynn Cruz. Mia Ann Kuna. Kyra DeGumis. Michael John Delanis. Jonathan Dantas de Silva. Arian Ashish Dave. Kelsey Lee Davis. Avery James DeVolio. Sophia Elisa de Arujo Borges. Timothy Victor Dean. Gabrielle Denadari. Isabel Judith Donald. Leah Kelly Deary. Olivia Bria DeRusso. Peyton Rose DeYoung. Braden Michael Dolan. Ethan Ramon Duarte. Kayla Susan Doobie. Blessing Ajabru Emmy. Romeo Jonathan Estrella. Mohaned Tariq Uis. Jason David Fazio. Justin Thomas Fazio. Frankie James Fenichetti. Sophia Catherine Forrestel. Bernardo Franca Freitas. Owen Dustin French. Serenity Rose Frines. Hermione Pilar Garcia Almonte. Savannah Grace Gardner. Madison Simone Jeffroy. James Nico Georgakakis. Joy Wajero Gitau. Ellen Simone Gazelas. Guillermo Antonio Gonzalez. Lauren Sean Greer. Fatima Saliha Guay. Ashley Marie Hale. Audrina Rose Halley. Dennis Timothy Hayes. Nisa Sopadani Hing. Brody Michael Hoffman. Anthony Michael Wade Housley. Logan Michael Hudson. Amaya Satori Hulhang. Gavin Michael Ide. Anthony Rocco Indelicato. Alcides Rubian Irizarry Morales. Lauren Elizabeth Johnson. Riley Patrick Johnson. Scott Michael Johnston. Jocelyn Anne-Marie Calevis. Tylese Moreri Kamir. Kendra Rose Carabellis. Peyton Grace Kelleher. Ethan Christopher Kelly. Julita Cow. Stephanie Ann Kirby. Grace Richardson Kopsinski. Nalani Aria Coy. Ryan Peter Kusa. Naika Lamar. Randall Pedro Langford. Ella Christine Lavirtue. Trey William Lewis. Stephanie Lima Hammer. Rihanna Lima Morales. Jacob Brady Luke. Ava Marie Lundigan. Hayden Alexander Ludovico. Emma Maria Lewis. Brianna Luna. Kaylee Elizabeth Lynch. Kyler Jack Lynch Slewinski. Benjamin Carter McConsey. Melita Vichita Mao. Alana Mao Minivon. Philip Marinucci. Carlos Luis Marquez. Lacey Noel Martin. Anthony Dice Martinez. Yahidis Martinez Hernandez. Brody Gerald McCarthy. Ryan James McDonald. Jake Ryan Meeker. Alexandra Mahia Lopez. Nori Ayaman Ataya Melek. Juan Carlos Merced. Jacob James Merrill. Brendan Joseph Modeski. Brian Perdona Morais. Amira Mudakir. Jonathan Bugwa Mohoro. Andrew Daniel Mullen. Christine Michelle Nabatanzi. Zahara Nakachwa. Mary Jane Maha Nalionga. Chris Williams Ndugwa. Sharon Jerry Dungao. Remy Piakade Nim. Riley Elizabeth Niles. Kaylee Rose Nutter. Ava Elizabeth O'Brien. Brittany Amarachukwu Uchije. Jack T. Olson. Leah Rose Onanian Provost. Enoch Epwe Opikara. Randy Kojo Opoku. Marwa Sarah Oanis. Liam Ryan Woolette. Miley Souza Orique. Micah Uzezi Owowo. Kailani Alexandra Palacio. Tyler Joseph Panfill. Matthew Ryan Paquette. Kendra Marie Parrott Wool. Yug Patel. Davin Johnwero Pereira. Cole Perez. Aubrey Page Petty. Ava Anna Pittman. Jonathan Heng Po. Josue Raymond Popiter Violet. Josiah Isaiah Pottle. Mackenzie Ann Pring. Leandro Alonso Cazada. Fergie Quintero Alcete. Sarah Catherine Quintero Alcete. Aiden Hunter Radsvin. Christopher Duke Riveras. Brian Stephen Regali Bio. Aubrey Rose Rago. Maya Obando Ribeiro Santos. Maria Eduarda Rodriguez de Jesus. Nathaniel Soka Ram. Cole Joseph Romano. Kaylee Marie Rosado. Reese Catherine Rossetti. Trevor Lee Roy Batherwich. Gladys Crystal Ruiz. Cassidy Lane Sandin. Emily Michelle Salvo. Joshua Richard Santee. Emily Madison Sawyer. Isaiah Devonte Sawyer. Elizabeth Teresa Shank. Bella Rose Sherman. Anna Marie Simpson. Caden James Pereira Smith. William Sofat. Hussein Sunala. Maria Eduarda Caetano Souza. Rion Soy. Isabella Grace Stevens. Nicholas Magellan Taborda. Nicholas Ratanak Tang. Elizabeth Claire Tedesco. Cole Joseph Tierney Honan. Rita Alawi. Himari Tokutomi. Angelica Nicole Marquez Uy. Jamel Max Vernet. Ariel Michelle Viana. Cameron Valquidio Vieira. Samuel Pereira Vilela. Alexis Star Villamere. Veronica Grace Vitale. Dylan Robert Walker. Matilde Abongi Wazago. Elena Louise Wilkie. Charles Sullivan Wilkie. Talia Donna Sarah Wilson. Gabrielle Yuki D'Souza Yamashita. Caden Josiah Yon. Ryan Ali Zuawi.
Thank you. Oh. Yeah. Okay. As my last official act, you may now move your tassels from right to left to signify your status as high school graduates.